This is the review of Orb Networks. You install the Orbcaster on a PC or Mac. I checked this out about 2 or 3 years ago and it was kind of wonky, but now it's pretty full featured. You can do MP3s, audio through here. You log in, you create an account. I don't know if you can create an account through the website anymore, but I have an old account that I had the password reset to. It has interfaces with pretty much anything Microsoft Windows Media or whatever the backend you can use for Xbox and stuff. PC, and this is the Android app that works on 3 phones I tested so far. But you do video, my video library, folders, and this is over the wireless, which is the map network drive. This is how I have it set up right now. And it's a lot speedier and less glitchy than it used to be. But this is synced up to my Mythbox. Basically, has all the same thing that the Mythbox does. And this is the server. The cast server is actually a Windows box, 64-bit with 12 gigs of RAM. But it actually requires Microsoft Silverlight, supposedly. I don't know if it necessarily needs that to do the streaming, if that's part of the streaming part, or if it's something else. So I don't like that about it, but I do like that it's a lot quicker and faster and more clean, and overall better setup. Okay, this is sort of the second part of the setup, or first part, because I'm doing it backwards. It's not running right now, so for whatever reason, I guess a restart started it or something. So I'm going to try to start it up inside of services. This is administrator running. So the problem is that it doesn't start when the computer starts. If you don't log into the other user. And there was an option in there about, let me find it here, to start when the computer starts. So it says it started, or media services started. So we might be able to connect to the front end through some other media. So, give me just a second. Orb.com login is under, that would be a B, is under mycast.orb.com. So this is the client piece, or the web-based login. And while we are kicking it slow time here. Alright, so here's my login. No. Okay, so here's the web-based front end, and it's happy. So what this means is that you don't actually have to have the Orb control panel running or any of this other stuff, because the service runs in the background, and you can tell it to run as an administrator or whatever escalated account you want. It's actually not in here. It should be set up like this, but it's still running as a system account. It would appear. And we'll double check on this. Orb Launcher is actually running as admin, so we have 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 executables. That's interesting. So that's how that's set up. And I just clicked an add. Recently added, so that's interesting. Put your mouse over it. It'll give you some description about the show. Do some, tell you the path, location. You can rate it. I guess this comes. Oh, this is the name of the file name. Duh, not an actual description. So I thought it would pull descriptions, but it's not. The interface looks like, of course, to be Windows Media Player for the front end. So that's why it wants to stream this. just a second here. Okay, so looks like it's having a little trouble with the feed. I'm not sure what it's coming in as, because Internet Explorer, of course, is terrible. But I'll show you in a second. Alright, so we're back in a real browser, Firefox, of course, with AdBlock. All kinds of good plugins already set up. Download them all will intercept the Save As dialog, so you can actually get the real link to the source content. So it's an ASX stream. So ASX is generally the, what do they call it, the media carrier, I don't know what they call this. But it's an ASX file, which is generally a legitimate media player feed. So not quite sure why we're still having issues here. Close. Alright, so we're going to download them all. This file here. Directory. We're going to open it with Notepad++, great utility. And here we go. Oh, it's a WMV. So even better, not only is it a Microsoft URL ASX, whatever they call playlist, right? It's a WMV file. So not only is it's Microsoft on top of Microsoft, and we're still having issues. Great. Microsoft can't even play its own media setup, which I just think it's beautiful. I just think it's awesome. So we might have to do something on this end to say, like, which one did I download? I don't even know which one I clicked. I think I clicked how it's made. And say once we click it, maybe it actually starts the feeding. I don't know. Because this is all, what is it? This is all some kind of hash to maybe tell it to start playing. I don't know how it works. Or maybe each individual file has its own hash. So that's what these are. This is. Probably is how it's set up. Which is great, because it's not working at all. But the web interface has always kind of been in. You got your speed check you can hear. And when you're remotely connected, you can recalculate and it'll automatically set it up for you. Skins, other settings, this is some interesting stuff. You can restart the service, well that is assuming you have a connection to it, which most of the time it's going to be crashed anyways, but yeah, whatever. Media Center, I'm not sure how this is set up. But that's the setup. I can't really get it to stream anything. See if I can get it to stream some audio here for you. Oh, this looks like some kind of nope, still Windows Media Player. And let's get that feed into our favorite, worst media player in the planet. Let's try another ASX and cross your nope. So, maybe I'm doing something wrong, but yet again, Microsoft can't even do Microsoft right. Outside of that, I do like it. I like the way it's set up. The interface all kind of looks the same. They might have changed everything on the back end, but the interface is still pretty much the same. Nice and speedy and quick. But the web-based playing of the ASX feeds may need some work. I think you can actually go into Control Panel and change some stuff. Oh, here's the extensions it supports. It actually supports a fair amount of stuff. It might not. Last time I checked, it had issues with the ones that anime people like to do. I want to say it's not in here, so that's why it's not OGG. It's something else. It's like a W something. Anyways, they have issues kind of playing those. I think it's a weird format that anime comes in for whatever reason. I guess to do what do you call that? Subtitles and stuff. Regardless, we're set up good. The application works for the Android, and it's pretty speedy. It's running on old device, newer Droid X. That's a Droid 10, and also a newer 4G low-end model Samsung. Can't remember the name, but it's the lowest-end Samsung for this time that was created. So it's running good on 3 phones. It streams good on 3 phones, through Android at least. I can't tell you about the Mac side or anything like that, but it's pretty much streams. It does the streaming through anything. So, like I said, you get a Xbox or whatever, or any kind of other piece of device, it streams through that because it supports the Xbox Media Center kind of format on top of it doing all this other cool stuff. So, anyways, let me know if you have any questions.